Okay, guys, I'm here today to give Puppet Story its first look. So, yeah. So, since those franchises can't have a sequel, including Team Story, since Team Story can have a sequel in 2027, Team Story comes in. No, I mean Puppet Story comes in 2027. Can you believe it? It's only 5 years away, and this year's almost halfway by. So after this year, we'll only have like 4 years ahead of us before this movie even hits. And I'm gonna get the first look at it. And the same as normal. Yep, and again, it looks similar to Toy Story. Yep, and it again looks similar to the Toy Story logos. See, as you can see here. And Team Story booked, but compare this to Team Story. This looks so much more similar, probably to the Toy Story than any other one. Even without the T up there, looks similar. But Puppet Story is a movie that's gonna tell us about puppets. And if you have a puppet yourself, and you might already know this already, that puppets are actually toys themselves. Like the Muppets, for an example. The Muppets. The Muppets is the first one to explain. Not the first toy. Toy Story wasn't the first toy movie. But Muppets was before it. But the Muppets, let's not forget about that one. That was the movie before it. Speaking of Toy Story, they couldn't get him act. They couldn't get Woody acting without actually moving him and stuff. But in Team Story, in Puppet Story, well, you see the same thing. Or in this one, it may require to see someone acting with the puppets to explain what the life of puppets really is when your owner is away. Is that right? So that's right, guys. You can see puppets in shows sometimes. What about seeing a puppet story movie? What about a puppet Toy Story movie? Well, what you would see here is a plush. Like the plush, for example. Those are most unkind, very known in puppets. As it is for right now, for a couple years. They explain the fun stuff. Team Story. But what will puppet toy? But what would a But Puppet Story. Let me tell you what movie it is, really. Puppet Story. You just guessed it, guys. Is is a Toy Story movie. It is a Toy Story film, but it's not the same one. They're two separate Toy Stories, not the same Toy Story. But yeah, Puppet Story is a Toy Story, but not the same Toy Story with Woody, Jesse, Buzz, Rex, Potato Head. None of those characters. It's none of those characters. We're talking about puppets. We're talking about puppets. Ones that you actually act. One toys that you actually play with to act. With to actually make them move. And I'm talking about the plush toys. Will Toad ever become a character? Maybe he will. Maybe even Mario. Yeah, but in my question, what will these Toy Story movies do? What will these Toy Story films do? And if you forgot, guys, this is not the same Toy Story. It's a whole different Toy Story. It's not just any toy, but it's the toys that you act with, that you actually act with in the movie. The ones that you make, ones that you make talk, that you bring to life. Yes, so these. Yes, so my question is, what will these Toy Story movies do? Like, what will we see the puppets do in the different Toy Story? Well, one thing is that you'll actually see him becoming alive. You actually see the owner bringing the puppet to life, bringing the toy to life. A plush toy. Or wait until the owner's gone. Let's see if my mother needs help. We'll talk more about this Toy Story, about these Toy Story movies after I help my mother. Okay, back in. I'm back in. And we're gonna talk more about these Toy Story movies. Now, what do I expect from the Toy Story movies? Well, I expect them to have detail. Well, I actually expect these Toy Story movies to have detail. I expect Puppet Story to have detail, because these Toy Story movies don't just have toys, but puppet toys. Puppet toys. That's why this movie is being called Puppet Story. That's why it's called Puppet Story. But if you ask me, it'll be 100% a Toy Story. Because if you want to bring the puppet to life, and you basically gotta play with it. Yep, so if you want to bring a puppet to life, you gotta do it by yourself and put your hand in there and then voice it. Yeah, so Yeah, but now questions. The questions are, will the toys come to life? I think there's a good chance in the toys in this Toy Story that the puppet will come to life. They'll probably. Yep, there's a good chance for the puppet to come to life in Puppet Story. So yeah, I expect very good detail out of these Toy Stories. But guys, remember, these are not the same. These are not the same Toy Story. This is not the same. These are not the same Toy Stories. These are not the same Toy Stories. The ones you knew from the 1995, 1999, 2010, or 2019. But once it's released and once I watched it, I might give you an update on what the sequel will look like. But for now, that's gonna be all. As of next year, we're gonna talk about. As of next year, 2023, and after we make Team Story 2, we're gonna talk about Team Story 3 for 2024. Okay, that's all. If you like this video, then please subscribe. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed yet, then please subscribe. And do not accidentally unsubscribe. Please. Okay. I'll see you guys again. I'll see you guys then.